Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It depends your time and your location. You are joining us today at Eastern News 24. I see the bike and connect you as yellow. I see the bossing kata adreno nama. Na ya dike chinecha da agwawu. Otu anyị kwuru otu akwa ya dịrịrị. Ise ise dịka o si dị ka agbapụ na ya ọsọ wetara ya bụ ozi anyị ji maka wee bịa n'ụbọchị nketa na Eastern News 24. Ebe anyị si wee wetara ya bụ ozi dị oke mkpa gbasịta maka ebe ife na-eme n'obodo a nọ n'ime ya adị nwụrụ nwa a na-azọ n'ala Igbo dịka isi wee nụ ka o si ada ya bụ ife ka anyị wetara unu ka unu nụ ya gee ntị ka ife Biafran Chief of Staff kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ bụ in the person of Ngozi, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze ị ga-esi ebe ife dọrọpụla ife iche n'ụdị nke gị gbasa maka ihe ndị a niile okwu n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa. All right, over to you.
Now, moving forward, those of you that have been following our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister has always said, upon the declaration of the United States of Biafra, the Brigade Cabinet will be dissolved. I know he has said that publicly and privately. And that is exactly what I did. With the power vested in me and in nobody else. It is me that he vested that power because I know the reason why he requested for that to happen, which is not what I'm going to start explaining here. If somebody respects our Prime Minister, Simon Eber, and he gave that order, why should the person or the individual try to disobey that order? And they will tell you that they are fighting for Biafra. They want to raise funds for Biafra. Is it the job of the finance department, headed by Sonny Akbarawa, to be talking about raising money for the Biafra restoration? It's not his job. But for some reason, they all decided to do what they think they want to do. As we are speaking right now, the finance minister now has sent out a WhatsApp, a Zoom meeting for the 40 state administrators in Homeland to meet with him tomorrow. But he refused to come to the meeting with the person that the Prime Minister have given the power. But he went, this is just to disorganize and disrupt. But you know what? Not in this struggle where I am. This year case is dead on arrival, and they will fade if they want to. Like I said again, I don't know their issue. I'm not going to get into that. But we have a defense minister that is currently attending to some issues in defense. And that is the right thing to do. Because when PM was available, most things come to him. Most information come to him. But all of a sudden, because he's out, some people think they are the ones that is in charge of everything. I find it very sad that somebody will come to the air to tell the world that without him, the Finland Convention wouldn't have happened. And that is why it's very, very important for us to know how we can help the finances. We don't want nobody coming out to say that without him or her, the United States of Biafra will not be achieved. That's a slap on our face. That's a slap on the thousands of people that support our Prime Minister financially to get the United States of Biafra. So for Biafrans to have that bandage on their face every time, that without me or without anybody else, or without the finance minister contribution, that there will be nothing like United States of Biafra. Nothing like that. All of us contribute in our own way. I'm not going to tell people what I contribute in this struggle. I'm not going to tell people what I've lost being in this position. That is not what I need to do. Because Biafra is way, way bigger than what I do, what I lost, and what I put into the struggle. But under this leadership, that must stop. Nobody can come and say, without them, the United States of Biafra will not stand. Or without the money they brought up here, which is money we pay back. People give money, and there are people that give thousands of dollars to the struggle. You don't even hear their name. And that was why we're trying to clarify some of, yes, we thank people who borrow us money in time of need. But it's also important for us to know what was borrowed. What did you borrow us? How do we pay back? I think that's just basic accountability. It's not to stop anybody from doing what they do, but it's just the transparency. Because we are in a new administration. We are now a country. It's not everything that have to come to the open, but we know things that the cabinet needs to know. And there are things the cabinet do not need to know. And that is why the cabinet decided we are going to have a week break before we start our fundraising. And Sonia Panawando and Nigeria went to be telling Biafrans that Dr. Ngozi Orabueze have canceled fundraising and are trying to connive and try to deceive those in homeland, our angels. But I'll tell them, please, do not get involved in this madness. Do not. Do not. The PM has gone through this part in the past and it didn't end well. The essence of the information department is to let Biafrans know what is going on. Keep us abreast of the information. Not to use the information department to be spreading false information to the public and spreading lies and try to witch hunt somebody because you feel PM did not give you the power to run the struggle. PM knows all of us one by one. He knows what each individual can do before he gave that power. If you think PM knows that you can run this struggle, he would have made you the one in charge until he comes out. But the Prime Minister didn't do that. And as long as he didn't do that, you must bow by that instruction that the Prime Minister gives. That's the right thing to do if you truly love the PM, as you say.
ndị be anyị kwadalụ nne na ukwu si wee na-esonyere anyị n'ihe anyị na-eme n'elu akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24 bụ ebe anyị si na-ewetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasara maka ya bụ ife na-ada na-akpọtụ n'obodo nọ n'ime ya and the Biafran gọọmenti na-eze nke bụ United States of Biafra. Alright, dịka onye nọ n'ọnụ ya n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa bụ the Biafran Chief of Staff bụ Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Unu nwegasị ife okwu dị iche iche ọ kọwakwa gbasara maka ihe mere a ji wee họpụta ndị ọfụrụ ga-anọchite Biafran gọọmenti na-eze anyị bụ the new cabinet. Yes, ọ kọwara gasị ihe mere o ji wee mee ya bụ ife. So anyị chọrọ ịlapụ unu ka unu kwuo na ife unu chere n'ụdị nke unu gbasara maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile Dr. Ngozi Orabueze kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ nke bụ the Biafran Chief of Staff. Ngwa daalụ nne ka emesịa n'ụmụnne m.